Linkin Up with Lincoln. Linkin Up with Lincoln.
Linking up, linking up, linking up with Lincoln.
Good morning. Welcome to Lincoln One Lincoln, and I am Tyree Stovall, and with me is Emmett Page. As of February 20th, Dr. Self is no longer performing the duties of Vice President of Academic Affairs and Provost. Questions remain to ask to why. All Provost questions and concerns should be directed to the person below on their assignment and their subject areas and program.
Good morning, Lincoln Nets. Again, I am Emmett Page. Lincoln University will be offering student shuttle service considering the cutback of city bus service. Dennis.
Due to a lack of consistent service from city buses, Lincoln University has decided to invest in student transportation. Jeff Tran, Jefferson City's public transit system, usually offers 6 fixed routes between 6:40 a.m. and 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. But Jeff Tran announced earlier this month it was combining routes and doubling the amount of time buses were traveling routes because of a driver shortage. The company also recently raised the fare from $1 to $1.50. The university decided to activate last Tuesday its 15-passenger van fleet to shuttle students to commercial areas in Jefferson City, like Walmart or Target. President Mosley said, since city buses don't operate on weekday evenings, it makes it a challenge for students' schedules anyway, especially international students who frequently need transportation.
By this new service that the school is providing, I get the opportunity to go to Target whenever I want.
Shuttles will run weekly Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, being 5 p.m. the first pickup and 8 p.m. the last stop of the night.
I think the shuttle is a good idea because some people can't find a way to get to the store, so it just helps everybody. I agree with that. A lot of people don't have cars on campus, so I feel like it's a good idea.
The university will be paying for drivers and gas through a mandatory activity fee students already pay.
I think it's a good idea. I'm a former student. I wish I had it when I was a student as well. It provides safe transportation, make sure they get here at the stores and back to the dormitory without being harmed, anything like that.
Lincoln also has thrown out other potential destinations, such as the collection of businesses along Missouri Boulevard. This is Miriam Basilovich for LUTV.
Advanced registrations for the upcoming summer and fall semesters start on March 1st. All returning students must be in good academic standings and have no outstanding financial balances in order to register for classes. Students can register through self-service by logging in to the student portal.
It's that time of year. Lincoln University has announced that the housing applications are open for the next academic year. To qualify for housing and reserve your desired spot, you must have completed FAFSA for 2023 and 2024 academic school year. The last day to fill out applications is March 13th.
The Blue Tigers Campus Activity Board has posted info on joining the student government. The information was held on Tuesday, February 14th. In the meeting, they talked about different positions available for students to run for. Students are encouraged to check their email as there are strict guidelines they have to follow to qualify for SGA. Those include attending Lincoln University for the past year and minimum of a GPA of 2.5 with expectations. The application deadline is March 1st. The campaign week starts April 10th. I interviewed Mr. Lincoln, Tyree Stovall, about his experience and what students should consider when competing for these spots, and here's what he had to say.
What advice can you give to people running for student government?
Take your time, map out everything. Really, doing student government, it's a lot of, you're basically a representation of the students and you're trying to make your best impression on them. So during your elections and everything, just take your time, be prepared, and put your best foot forward for the students and show them who you are and how you will be a leader for the campus.
And how has your experience been being a part of SGA?
It's not easy at all, but it's a definite experience. Though you kind of have a duty to uphold to the students, and it was fun though. It's been definitely fun for sure.
And then what kind of qualities are they looking for in a person to be a part of SGA?
A leadership, somebody that's a scholar, somebody that can strategize and balance a lot of things, because it's more than just balancing just school and everything. Also, it's just a lot of events, a lot of things that the university wants you to do. So just balancing yourself and being the best representation that you can be.
Thank you so much.
If you are interested in being a student leader next fall, elections approaching, Danye has more on this matter.
For running in a royal position is make sure your GPA is good. That's very important. Academics is very important. You're not in any student conduct, any trouble, and your resume and cover letter is very important. So that's why I tell students to go to Page Library and have them look over your essay or your resume and those types of things. Advice that I would give for future Royal Court members is to step out your comfort zone. Take that chance, because you just never know where it may lead you. What this experience has taught me was stepping out of my comfort zone, because coming into this position, this wasn't like my choice or innate choice, and like the student body kind of like talked to me and got me out of that comfort zone, because they seen something in me that I didn't see in myself, and I'm happy that I took this opportunity, because I got to meet other HBCU queens, network with multiple people, so it was worth it.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Election application open Friday, the 20th at 12 p.m. A candidate must complete the filling process to be approved during filling week to qualify. All applications will be notified before attending a mandatory campaign workshop after the interview process. All applicants must attend the mandatory workshop. I want to thank you guys for watching, and my name is Danya Porter, and this is Linkin Up with Linkin.
Lincoln University is a place where discrimination based on sexual harassment will not be tolerated. Title IX protects people from harassment in educational setting and other programs. For more information, visit our website.
Graduation is creeping up this spring semester. As Lincoln University announces its commitment date, my co-host Emmett Page has more information on this matter.
Graduation is creeping up on the spring semester as Lincoln University announced the graduation. As you enter your final semester at Lincoln University, there are some important details about graduation that you will want to know. You must complete an application for graduation before you can participate in a graduation ceremony and receive a diploma. For Lincoln University, Saturday, May 13, 2023, the ceremony will start at 9 a.m., second ceremony at 1 p.m., and lastly at 3 p.m. Students must satisfy all academic and financial requirements to be eligible to participate. All graduates participating in the commencement must wear the appropriate attire. You must purchase through Jostens. Be sure to allow enough time for delivery. For further information, feel free to contact the office of the registrar.
Thanks for that, Emmett. Prioritizing mental health is important, but it's often forgotten by so many college students. The recent decrease in mental health issues among college students has made several parents concerned and wondering how Lincoln can help the students become more open about their mental and physical stresses. Tyra Tillman has more information about how mental health affects our students.
Thank you. My name is Tyra Tillman, and I wanted to report on mental health in the college aspect. Now, a lot of college students neglect their mental health, or they just fail to actually prioritize it. And that could be due to having 5 classes in a day and maybe not getting enough sleep. I wanted to interview some Lincoln students and see what they do to not only prioritize their mental health, but also what they believe Lincoln is doing to help students prioritize their mental health. This is what Lincoln Senior Jayla Budgets had to say about what she does to prioritize her mental health.
Mainly I work out and journal. I work out like 5 times a week, usually in the morning, bright and early, so I have a lot of energy for the day and I don't, feel down or anything like that. Or I just talk to my roommates or my friends about personal problems.
Do you feel like Lincoln does a good job with helping students and regarding their mental health?
I think they do. If you follow any of the Blue Tiger CAB things or any of our Lincoln websites, sometimes they have days where we have mental health stuff. I know last year there was a mental health seminar thing in the Dawson Learning Center, and they provided random notebooks and activities and stuff to write down how they were feeling.
And why do you feel it's important for college students to prioritize their mental health?
Because if you don't, you won't succeed as much as you wish you were. You sleep more, you procrastinate more, you could stop talking, stop eating. It impacts you.
Here is what freshman Raven Seymour had to say about mental health and what she thinks Lincoln could improve on.
I like to just watch movies, listen to music, call my family members since I am away from home, and then just hang with my friends when I have free time.
And do you feel that Lincoln does a good job at helping students with their mental health?
I will say Lincoln puts spotlight on it, but also at the same time, they really don't encourage it as they need to. They say, well, it's mental health week, we did this, but at the same time, kids like us, our age, we just have so much stress going on with school. They don't really say, have a day off for just mental health, just a thing. They just be putting all these activities on us. In reality, that's just too much, and we just need some time just to marinate.
And why is it important for people to prioritize their mental health as a college student?
I say because college can be really stressful, especially how many college credits you're taking, the classes, the homework, even the professors. Some college students don't even understand the professors, so just adding all this homework is just too much. So when college students take a priority in their mental health, it's a better work for them with their homework and mentality, especially if they don't do too much on their free time, if they're just doing homework.
Here's what freshman Andres had to say regarding her mental health and what she thinks Lincoln could do better to help students with their mental health.
Okay.
What do you do to prioritize your mental health?
I usually make sure I set aside specific times around the day that I'm with friends and uplifting people, and make sure I have self-care time to meditate and stuff like that.
And do you feel Lincoln does a good job at helping students prioritize their mental health?
It's not that they totally put a spotlight on it, but they talk about it, but they don't put such a big emphasis on it as it should be.
And why do you think it's important for college students to prioritize mental health?
I don't know, it just gets them in a good psyche for their everyday, going to classes every day. It might be tough on their brain, so be able to get away from that and kind of take back and reflect on that is a good thing.
As you can see, prioritizing your mental health is important, especially when you are in college. Regardless of whatever grade you are, freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior, never neglect your mental health. This is Tyra with Linkin Up with Lincoln.
Lincoln University's Office Student of Engagement is now offering students a spring break trip, a fun alternative that would take place in some of the most exciting and cultural rich cities in the southern United States, including Memphis, New Orleans, Destin, and Nashville. Students will have an opportunity to meet new people, see different communities, and be a part of service projects to impact these areas. The cost of the trip is $300, which includes transportation, lodging, and most meals. Applications were closed last Friday, and the trip will take place from March 10th to the 17th.
Spring break. Springfest is just around the corner. Lincoln University students Springfest is almost here to wrap up the end of the school year. Giovanna Ray has more on this matter.
Lincoln University students, Springfest is coming up. Are you ready for Springfest? Have a blast with our fellow classmates and friends. I have asked a couple of students on campus, are they ready for Springfest and why?
Yes, I am ready for the Springfest, mainly because it is my first year here, so I have never experienced that yet, so I am excited for it.
Each day of the week, students have an opportunity to participate in events each week to have a little fun and various activities to do.
Lincoln University students are always complaining about the desktop in the study hall. Will Lincoln ever replace them? Chantamoy Brown has more on the story.
Lincoln University students are always complaining about the desktop in the study hall. Chantamoy Brown has more on this story.
Why are students always complaining about the computers in Dawson Learning Center? What is the issue with them?
The main issue that I can think of is that maybe the computers are a little bit old or they need to be updated. The last thing I was told was that they were going to switch them out. I do not know what's happening with that or how long that process is going to take.
The Dawson Learning Center is a facility where students from over the campus come in to do their assignments. Students also utilize the Learning Center to receive help from the tutors that work there. The Learning Center is open from 10 a.m. and run right through the day until 8 p.m.
The majority of students claim that they are unable to complete any work because of the Wi-Fi and computers. They always feel as though they have wasted their time because they rely on campus to provide PCs with high-speed internet and software, but that is not the case. What do you think about the computers in Dawson Learning Center?
I think they need repair. I think they need to get some new ones because whenever we'd be doing our assignments, it would take forever to load up and like time would be going and the Dawson Center would be closing and then we don't get all work done. So we need some new ones.
Students from all over campus come to the learning facility to do their homework on the computers there. But due to how slow the computers process, students would often get mad at the computers and leave without finishing their homework. Hearing a lot of complaints from my fellow Lincolnites, is there ongoing talks on getting rid of these computers to get better ones so students can come in and get their work done?
So it was told to us that Lincoln has received a new grant. I'm thinking, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's to upgrade the internet system and also the computers. So hopefully, I think that should come into play around next semester. Hopefully, that's the plan.
After almost 2 years as a tutor at the Dawson Learning Center, I can see why students there are so irritated by the computer sluggishness. Students rely on the Learning Center to get their work done, and if the computers continue to process slowly, students will continue to get irritated. I hope they will do something about the computers very soon.
Student workers make up a great population of the workers here on campus, yet some question why they don't get any hours. Demaya Day has more on the subject.
A good majority of employees here on campus are student workers, and most students have vocalized their concerns on why they're only able to muster up 20 hours a week and $11 an hour. We have sat down with Lincoln University and their student working department to find out more. Linkin Up with Lincoln has sat down with Joyce Chambers, a 5-year veteran here at Lincoln University, who works as the work study coordinator.
Work study is a need-based program, so you have to fill out your FAFSA. And if you have the financial need for work study, you can come in here with a picture ID, Lincoln ID, or a driver's license. And you will need to also have a birth certificate or social security card.
We've asked her about the wage and why students are
If
only
you have
able
the
to
need,
muster
we
up
can
20
get
hours,
you signed up
and
for
asked her how
WorkStudy.
students
There
can find
are
more opportunities here on campus.
tax information you need because it is secondary to classwork. So we don't want to overwork you because you're here for education. So we want to make sure you do that first. And you can use this as like a part-time job.
Hours a week is the cap, but why is $11 an hour? Knowing that students are college students and in need of some extra money sometimes, it feels as if they are taking advantage of what they have. But we'll have more information on why it is $11 an hour next time we see you.
The Lincoln Blue Tigers compete at the MIAA conference. The conference took place from February 24th to February 25th at Pittsburgh State. That leaves one more meet before the 2022 to 23 season ends. Coach Gales is looking to have a comeback and build off the progress of Lincoln football program has made. My co-host Tyrese Stovall has more on that story.
Everyone, I'm Tyrese Stovall and this is KJU News. The Lincoln University football team is looking to have a strong season after bringing in 20-plus recruits this offseason. They will have a split conference schedule between the MIAA and GLVC. I spoke to Lincoln University's football star wide receiver, Darius Ely, to get an update on how the offseason is going and the split schedule that they will be.
As far as offseason, I like the offseason plan we got in store. You know, a lot of workouts, a lot of protein. We just hit the field last week. We've been, moving pretty fast. We're pretty efficient. I like the way the offseason going. And then as far as the regular season coming, with the schedule being the way it is, with the move to the GLVC, and the way our schedule is, how GLVC, how MIAA. Me personally, I'm really not, a fan of the move to GLVC. I like MIAA. The competition was hard. It gave me a challenge. I like to push myself. I'm not knocking the GLVC. It may be challenged there, but MIAA is a top 2 conference in Division II football. So for me, I would rather be in a top 2 conference than any other conference there is to offer.
President Mosley stated that being in the GLVC conference, the league is more suited for the players and the Lincoln University sports teams for them to have growth.
Well, that's good news just in time for spring football. The season's almost here, and the Lincoln Tigers start to prepare for a full season ahead of them as they enter new conferences upcoming season. Sophia Myers has more on that story.
Spring football is underway as they prepare for their future season.
So far, how do you feel as if the team is doing with the spring training?
I believe that everybody's taking steps in the right direction. We're all pulling the rope in the same direction so that we can get better from year 1 to year 2.
Versus past season versus now, what do you think the team lacked last season?
Well, I just don't think we knew how to compete together. I think right now we're working towards everybody being on the same page and making it a true team effort.
We're returning to our original conference. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about the GLVC, and I'm also excited about making a MIAA goodbye tour.
Being the head coach, do you feel as if like certain things that some of your players lacked, do you feel like you bring it to the game?
I always feel like I'm going to have the ability to get our young men better. But it's just like the game of football. It takes 1,000,000 reps. It takes 1,000 hours of work, and we just got to keep grinding to get that thing accomplished. Always striving to get bigger, faster, and stronger. That is the goal for every offseason. And with what we're doing now, our goal is to get bigger, faster, and stronger, and we're in the middle of it, as you can see.
During our live show, we discussed the track at the link and how rough the surface is. Assistant director and others are facing major concerns about adding new turf at the link. After talking with Kathleen last time about the link, complaints are still being made by the LU track and field student athletes. Sean told me R. Brown was able to speak to Kathleen about any updates regarding the status of resurfacing the link surface. Shatomi was able to get a few words from her, and this is what she had to say. I did speak to the assistant director across from the side that we share the building, and with and addressing the concern were made again. But again, if we start getting more concerns about the indoor track and like the dangers of it and how it makes anybody feel, we will start looking into how we could resurface it. The link owners will continue to look into the complaints and concerns if they will go ahead and with making the decisions to benefit all. That will make everyone satisfied and happy.
Sports wagering may soon be legal here in Missouri. Lamar Spencer has more on the story.
After 3 bills pertaining to sports betting passed the Missouri State Capitol, sports wagering is now one step closer to becoming legal in the state of Missouri. The bills would allow for Missouri casinos to open a physical sports book and allow for the use of mobile gaming sites by Missouri residents.
I am very anxious for this to happen. I've had friends in other states place mobile bets for me because my access was restricted, but this will be a big game changer.
Missouri State Senator Tony Luetkemeyer sponsored the bill, hoping it gets passed due to the state actively losing money to surrounding states, Kansas and Illinois, where sports betting is already legal. We are losing educational dollars that would normally go to Missouri schools through the gaming fund to Kansas and then on the eastern side of the state to Illinois. What that means is those funds that are normally earmarked for our K-12 schools, that money is leaving Missouri and going to subsidized schools in Illinois and Kansas, he said. After speaking to multiple students here at Lincoln University, it's clear that people are eager to place wagers on their favorite sports teams and players. The bill is now on the Senate floor and a debate will be held in the near future. Good luck, Missouri bettors. I'm Lamar Spencer with Linkin Up with Lincoln.
The NBA All-Star Weekend has wrapped up its events of many events. The All-Star Game was one that went down in history for some people. Emmett Page has more on that story.
The NBA All-Star Weekend has wrapped up its weekend full of many events. The All-Star Game was one that went down in the history books for some people. It was led by Jason Tatum's record-setting performance, 55 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Team Giannis defeats Team LeBron 184-175. Donovan Mitchell scored 40 points, 10 assists, and Damian Lillard scored 26, 4 assists off of 8 three-pointers, added a combined 66 points in the victory. Joel Embiid scored 32 points, 6 rebounds, and Kyrie Irving 32 points and 15 assists, added a combined 64 for Team LeBron in the losing effort. The Kobe Bryant Trophy was awarded to Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum sets a new All-Star scoring record with 55 points previously by Anthony Davis at 52 in the 2017 All-Star Game. He also becomes the third NBA All-Star in history to have 50 points, joining Anthony Davis and Stephen Curry.
All-Star Weekend is full of fun events from the dunk contest to celebrity basketball game, and many fans were excited all weekend. All-Star Weekend is what we all expected with the big dunks from Matt McClung, who won the dunk contest. There were a lot of threes from Damian Lillard, who won a three-point contest, and a record-breaking performance from Jason Tatum, who broke the All-Star Game record with 55 points and was named MVP of the game.
Recently, professors here at Lincoln University have been teaching at the local prison in Jeff City. One of those professors, William Seitz, has agreed to do an interview on his experiences during this time. Tobias Hunter has more.
Today, I will be conducting an interview with Professor Seitz to get his opinion on how the program to teach inmates at Jefferson City Prison is going. So, Professor Seitz, how do you feel teaching at the prison has been going for you?
Oh, I tell you, I didn't really know when I started teaching the first time this semester at JCCC. I wasn't sure what to expect. I can now report, after being there almost a half a semester, that it is going extremely well. I love the program. I'm proud to be part of the program, and wow, yeah, I look forward to my classes there.
All right. So you think it will be beneficial to try this program again next year?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, we are continuing on. We'll be adding another cohort, new students next fall. And I'm happy to report that they have asked me to come back and teach again in the fall, and I can't wait. It's an exciting program, and it's going very well.
All right, that's nice to hear. So, how big of an overall effect do you think this is making on the inmates that you're teaching?
I think it's having a significant impact in many ways on the inmates. They're into it to finish, and they're kind of an elite group of a handful of the nearly 2,000 inmates at JCCC, and they are moving through the system. They after last semester they have a high GPA. They're doing very well, and they look forward to class as much as I do, and it's a great thing.
All right, well, that's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So, as you all have heard, the program seems to be going extremely well, with inmates working hard to both better their lives and get their degrees. Hopefully this success continues as we finish out the rest of the year. I'm Tobias Hunter, and this is LU News.
In other news, the Dorothy E. Stewart Art Gallery will be opening March 10th at 11:30. The gallery will be located on the second floor of Richardson Auditorium. This gallery will be named after Dorothy E. Edward, a woman who worked as a typesetter and layout designer for the Clinton Daily Democrat. She served with the Grand Master for the Order of the Board of the Eastern Star, as well as founding member of the Samaritan Center Development Board and the Henry Country Board of Directors. She passed on June 20th, 2020, and this will be the event will be held in her honor. This event will be free and open to the public.
The amount of trash a college student goes through a day is usually enough to fill up 3 trash cans. With the world in a global crisis that it is right now, rumors that Lincoln is coming up with new ideas in order to help promote the recycling issue circulate. The My Day talked to a retired professor and recycling activist here on campus, Dr. Dick Dalton. He had many ideas that he has brought to the school to help with the recycling issue. He suggests that recycling bins should be in cafeteria and several along the campus and the surrounding areas. While several students agree with Dalton, the actual process will start to see change next semester. But Dalton wants to remind us that we don't need the school to put up, that we are capable in saving the world one person at a time. For more information on how to properly recycle, visit www.jeffersoncity.mo.gov.
The Mardi Gras is a special time of the year, but what comes after that is just as important. It is known to be Lent season.
Lent is a period of 40 days which Christians remember the events leading up to and including the death of Jesus Christ. Christmas, along with other religions, would replicate Christ's sacrifice and withdrawal. Lent is marked by fasting, both from food and festivities.
Businesses and workplaces sometimes do unfortunately discriminate against race-based hairstyles. However, the Crown Act that is looking to change that. Adarius Ely has more.
The Crown Act was passed in 2019 by Dove in partnership with the State Senator of California at the time, Ms. Holly J. Mitchell. The Crown Act wasn't only put in place for job opportunities, but also for public school systems as well. How does it feel going to job interviews as an African American woman?
It can be a little nerve-wracking, especially when my appearance is kind of the biggest concern. I am looked at first and then asked about what I know, what I can do, etc., etc. All the way down to my hair, my clothing, what I decided was appropriate, what we all know is appropriate might be seen different on my body than it's seen on somebody else's. But yeah, overall it can be kind of nerve-wracking, and it boosts your confidence in a way because it makes.
How much hassle is it for you to get your hair done for an interview?
It can vary. So usually I think it's a great idea to kind of look up where you're going first, so that you kind of know what they're looking for, because if they like people who usually have like bust down weaves, then I'll go get a bust down weave. Or if they're more inclusive and have people who look like me as their like advertisement, I can wear my locks or I can wear an afro. It kind of just depends on what they're looking for and trying to maneuver in between there to try and figure it out.
The study showed that before the Crown Act was put in place in 2019, 54% of African American women felt the need to straighten their hair to have an opportunity at a job through an interview. The Crown Act has cut that number down tremendously since its passed in 2019.
That's all we have time for today. I am Tyree Stovall.
And I'm Emmett Page, and this was Linkin Up with Lincoln.